to the Fourth and Long Fantasy Football Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fourth and Long Fantasy Football Show. My name is Justin. Episode 60 today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Week 11 has come and gone, and we're on to Week 12. On today's episode, I'll give you a few of my Week 11 reactions, and I'll get into my waiver wire targets and my starts of the week for Week 12. Now, as a reminder, I'm releasing these weekly shows on Thursday mornings, getting you prepared with my weekly recaps, waiver wire ads, and my starts of the week. Your time is valuable, so let's get to it.
On today's show...
All right, so for today's show, I'm going to start by giving you a couple quick reactions to Week 11. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice without talking about Jonathan Taylor's dominance. What a week from the second-year running back, Jonathan Taylor. 5 touchdowns, 50-plus PPR points. He actually joins Jamal Charles and Alvin Kamara as the only running backs with 5 or more touchdowns in a game. And he's got 8 straight weeks with 100 total yards and a touchdown. He's clearly the running back to own in fantasy football right now, and he has to be consideration as the top fantasy asset in dynasty circles right now. And if I was picking between Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey in a draft today, it would be a debate. It really would. Christian McCaffrey catches more passes, but has earned a bit of an injury-prone label, especially recently. Taylor's on the field. He looks like he's getting better and better every week, and he's also younger. Taylor's going to be in discussion for the first overall pick in draft next year, and I don't think there's much of an argument against it, to be honest with you. Next, the Broncos wide receiver outlook. It was curious on Monday when news broke that the Broncos were extending Tim Patrick. I thought that meant the end of days here for Courtland Sutton in Denver, but then just mere hours later, news broke that Courtland Sutton got his own contract extension. Now, Jerry Jeudy's still in his rookie contract. That leaves now 3 wide receivers under contract with no quarterback. So what do we make of this? At this time, no Broncos wide receiver is really worth starting in fantasy, and I was more bullish on Jerry Jeudy's outlook if Courtland Sutton found himself departing in free agency after the season. This really clouds the entire team's wide receiver outlook, and I don't love it. They're a quarterback away from being an elite offense. Calling Aaron Rodgers. And then finally, what's my panic meter with the Cowboys offense? Now, this was teased as one of the best matchups of the regular season in Week 11. The Cowboys-Chiefs game this week really let us down. It really let us fantasy managers down. We had really bad performances for most everyone on the Cowboys side of the ball. Amari Cooper was ruled out. CeeDee Lamb left the game with a concussion. Zeke looked to tweak his ankle. And those relying on Dak Prescott to help their teams were very disappointed. It was downright awful. It really was. Am I concerned? Now, in the short term, yes. Their Thanksgiving Day game may be ugly, especially with Amari Cooper already ruled out and CeeDee Lamb a real long shot to clear the concussion protocol in time for the game. Long term, though, I'm not concerned, right? They'll get it figured out, and the skilled players will perform as they have been. Stay patient, trust the talent. All right, let's get into my waiver wire ads for Week 12. Before I get there, my ads for last week included Jeff Wilson Jr., Cam Newton, and Dan Arnold. I'm going to get my Week 12 list started with a running back, and it's going to be New York Jets running back Ty Johnson. Michael Carter, the rookie, left Week 11 with an ankle injury and never returned. And after Carter's departure, Ty Johnson dominated snap share and was the clear lead back in this offense. In a really barren waiver wire week, it's really ugly out there. I'm adding Ty Johnson as a running back 3 flex for those teams desperate for a running back. Next, I'm going to go with a wide receiver, and it's going to be Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Cedric Wilson. The Cowboys are going to be running a bare bones group out there on Thanksgiving. Amari Cooper's out. CeeDee Lamb is not likely to play. You got Michael Gallup and Dalton Schultz, who will probably command the majority of looks in this offense, but Cedric Wilson should still see 5 to 7 targets and could give you a reasonable output on Thanksgiving. For those teams needy of a wide receiver in PPR leagues, go add Wilson. And then finally, I'm going to go with a wide receiver, and it's going to be Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Laviska Shenault. Shenault is under 50% owned and should probably get a look with Jamal Agnew now out for the season. This passing game isn't a lot of fun to own, but Shenault should be the clear number 2 option now behind Marvin Jones in this offense. Add Shenault to see if he can build some rapport with the rookie quarterback Trevor Lawrence. All right, let me get into my starts of the week for Week 12. Last week I had quarterback Joe Burrow, running back Nick Chubb, and wide receiver Jalen Waddle. I'm going to get my Week 12 starts of the week list started with a quarterback, and it's going to be LA Rams quarterback Matt Stafford. A bye week should do the Rams some good as they come back in Week 12 to face the Green Bay Packers. Another week for Stafford to build rapport with OBJ, Van Jefferson, and continue his dominance with Cooper Kupp. I expect a shootout between these two teams, which should mean plenty of opportunity for Stafford to put up points in fantasy. I'm starting the Rams quarterback as a top 5 option in Week 12. My next start of the week is going to be a running back, and I'm going to go with Chicago Bears running back David Montgomery. David Montgomery has absolutely dominated snap share since his return in Week 9. Going up against the Lions defense on Thanksgiving, I'm ready to fill up on some Monty this Thursday, guys. I'm starting Montgomery as a running back 1 in Week 12. He has a 100-yard and multiple touchdown upside this week. And then finally, my last start of the week for Week 12 is going to be a tight end, and I'm going to go with Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts. I believe in Kyle Pitts. Week 11 was ugly, there's no denying it, but the entire Falcons offense looked dysfunctional against the New England Patriots defense. Week 12 brings a much more favorable matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the hope is that Atlanta gets Cordell Patterson back and some of the defensive attention can be diverted away from the uber-talented rookie tight end Pitts. Not giving up on him, guys. He should be back to his elite tight end ways in Week 12. So that'll do it. Please remember to comment and like on this video on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. This has been the 4th and Long Fantasy Football Show. Good luck this week, everyone. See you next week.
Royalty-free music courtesy of Ben Sound. The views and opinions expressed on today's episode are that of the 4th and Long Fantasy Football Show. Remember to like and subscribe.